And we're back. All right. So, in the last video that I made about an hour ago, we are working on this project that has a bunch of different microservices. And what I was trying to do is, okay, well, by the end of this weekend, I want to get it working. And I started going in, well, okay, well, what would it mean to get it to work? And I was encountering this. Let me make myself a little bit smaller. There we go. I was encountering this routing. It's a post mapping, right? And I was saying, okay, well, let me go and try to test this and make sure that that's working. Wait, hold on a second. I should be implementing actual real unit tests. So that's what I tried doing. So I went here into my test and I created this file right here. Okay, it doesn't work. I don't know if it doesn't work or if it's failing or I don't know what's going on. We're gonna investigate that, right? So that's what today's video is, or this video is right here, is going to be. Okay, well, we failed. I believe this means that we failed our unit test. Why did it fail? And then try to troubleshoot it. So first thing I want to do is actually just even figure out, like, is MongoDB even open, right? So Mongo sh, is that it? Okay, so it should be running, right? Okay. Show DBS. Okay, so we do have our thing there. Now, how? Okay. Exit. Okay, so it's running, so we should be good. So now I'm inside my producer resource, okay, and I'm just gonna do it again. I'm gonna try to, what if I press this little green button? Like, what does that do? What does this do? Click to run tests, right click for more options. Let's just try it. What's up? Okay. Expected 200, but was 404. Okay, so this one right here, this is where it failed. Okay. So we are trying to hit this endpoint. Does it need to be like localhost or something? Do we need localhost and all of those? Okay. That one is water, this one is coffee. Llama's water, panda coffee. Okay. Okay. So let's look into this and see what we find. So why is that going to be causing an error? So we're hitting this endpoint and we're not getting what we're expecting. Okay. Test results. I'll just put this in there, and see what it has to say. Actually, I should have refreshed to see if that stops it from bouncing. Okay. So here, yeah, that makes sense. This means that it tried to hit the endpoint API supply, but Spring returned a 404. Yep, so that's kind of what we know. Let me come here. I don't need this one. I do need this one. Add supply. This is what we want to. Oh, maybe I need to do API supplies adds. No, never mind. It is API supplies post. Okay. Did we do a post one? Yeah, it's a post request. Okay. You're using this load. Okay. Step-by-step fix. Okay. Check the actual controller class. Okay. Missing configurations. If your controller uses constructor injection or other beans, make sure they're mocked or auto-wired correctly. You already have that. That's good. Okay. Try expanding the test context. What's the difference here? What if I just come like this and then go bing and then go bing and then wait, what's up? See if we get it. Okay. So now it just failed to build. Does it not like this? Okay, it doesn't like these two, so I need to import those wherever they are. It does not like these two. I need to import them. Okay. Let's see if I can just do it like that. So did I already have those? Whatever. Okay. So we got further, but it's still... Okay. We're still having that error. Okay. There are test failures, okay. No value at JSON path name. Okay, so it doesn't like this either. So what is expression name? I'm operating off of what? This perform. So I do this, and then I pass that in here, right? So I am going to quit out of Copilot and go back into Copilot. And I'm going to come here and put this in here and say I am getting a 404 instead of the expected 200 response. I am now trying to troubleshoot what the problem is. Do you have any debugging ideas, or how I can see along the pipeline of how this test is occurring and which section it is failing. I know that, obviously I know that it's failing like right here and right here, but I mean, like, I want to find out more things about this post. Like, did the post, I don't even know if the post request was successful. Yeah. Okay, debugging steps. Check the controller and okay. MVC test. That's what they were telling me to do here. Okay, I'm just gonna delete all this. This is nonsense. Okay. There we go. And now we don't need these anymore. Okay. So I should be able to do the clean install and it will come back up and still fail, but we should, yeah. Okay. There we go. So, fine. Enable logging for Spring Boot, okay. Okay, applications.property. So now I need to go into this one. Not sure if that's accurate or if I need to put it somewhere else. Okay. Did anything change? I'm not seeing anything change. Check package scanning, use breakpoints and print statements. Would it work if I put a breakpoint here? I don't even know if I am running my test correctly. I am doing, what is it? Clean install? That doesn't make much sense. Maven clean install. How should I be running my tests, and how can I get the breakpoints to actually hit? Okay. Which runs all tests and builds the project. To run just the tests, do that. To run a specific test class, okay. Do I need to have my project running when I do the test, or is it auto ran? So I can specify which test I want, okay. So you do not need to have your project running separately, like starting the app with Maven. Okay, so I don't need to do that. It's auto run. When I do test or run from the IDE, it automatically spins up a test. That's what I thought, because I saw Spring Boot or Spring, and I was like, okay, well, it's running its thing. Okay. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to run this, and then inside of here, I'm going to do that console.log system.out, okay. Print line, I'm just going to copy and paste that. Okay. So I'm going to run this. Okay. I also noticed that my breakpoint did not hit, right? Okay. Yeah, so it's not hitting. Debug. Okay, so Debug Java? I don't know. Okay. And I'm not seeing this print line at all. My break point is not stopping in my controller. And I don't see that print line that I put in the controller either. Okay. If your controller is in a package that isn't scanned based on your main class. Okay. So that's like striked out. Confirm controller. Okay. We go like this. And then I am going to go like this. If I'm still not able to get this, next step is I'm just going to try to hit it from my web browser and see if that works. I just want to prove that like that's working. And then from there, like I can kind of narrow things down. Okay. Supplies, is it not? Supply, oh no. Oh no. Huh? Okay, so what was the command to build or to test? So Maven. Okay, I'm gonna try to write it out so I can get it in my head. So to run just the tests, do that to run a specific test class. Okay, so I want Maven, and now d test is equal to supply controller test, and then I want to say test. Okay. Did I type it wrong? No. What? What's going on now? a terminally deprecated method in miscellaneous unsafe called some deprecated library. Okay, what? It was working just fine a few seconds ago, so what was it? Maven clean install. Yo, it was working like a few seconds ago. Come on, man. What's this? Ah? 发生了啥？靠！我真的不知道我在做什么。乱点。So I clicked those X's and then they red X's and they turned to green check marks and then yo, this is the okay. Oh man. Okay. Was it that I messed with the palm file or this? Not this one. Where was it? This one? Is it does it not like these? Let me just try that. Okay, well, okay, fine. Okay. But Maven needs a palm. But it's right there. There it is. Oh, hold on. How did I? Okay. Oh, I'm in this weird debug thing. Get out of here. Okay. So I'm just gonna start from scratch. New terminal. Okay. Now do Maven detest. Let's just try it. Maven detest equals supply, the one that we want to test, which is here. Supply controller test. And we're running it in test. Hey! And we passed too. Okay, so first thing was, if you noticed, when I was running them, and I said it was working a few seconds ago, what happened was, a few seconds ago, or like at the beginning of the video, I was running this, and I was running inside of producer resource. And then I came up here, and I pressed this, and I did debug Java, and unbeknown, yeah, I think that's it, unbeknown to me, it automatically created a new terminal that I didn't see, and it was in not this microservice. It wasn't in producer resource microservice. It was in this backend project entire project. So it was in the wrong location, and so I was trying to run it, and it was saying, I don't know what I'm supposed to run. I see a JavaScript, or that was not JavaScript, sorry. I see a Java file, or I see a Java thing. This one's JavaScript, this one's Java, right? There's no POM file for me to execute. So then when I went into producer resource here, now there's a POM file, which is right there, that it was able to run and execute. Okay, second thing is tests 1. Failures 0, errors 0, skipped 0. Okay, so it means we passed. So we were able to successfully add these apples. Now, actually, I'm kind of curious. If I go Mongo shell, okay, and then I want to check my database, let's see how. Supplies. So DBS. I think it's this one. Supply DB. Supply DB, yeah. So supply DB. I want to check in supply DB, and then supply DB should have a doc. Okay, so now I want to go into my MongoDB database to confirm that those items were added. I am using Mongo sh, and I want to look into supply DB, then go check out what is there. How do I do this? Like, what are the commands, essentially, is what I'm trying to figure out. Because I know show DBS, but I don't know the other ones. I should probably just, like, write them down. Okay. So, supplies. So, I need to change my collection, so, right? Yeah, so use. Okay, use is what I want to do. So, use supply DB. Okay. So now I'm switched to this context. Then I can do show collections. Show. Okay, so now I'm putting it in the supplies. And so here is my database name. Okay, that's supply DB. And now where do we actually put it? That is here, lowercase supplies. So now I want to do it should be db dot, before I look, it should be, I think, db dot supplies. So on my database, I look in the supplies collection, and then I do find. And I want to find all of them. So now I'm going to be looking for apples are not there. I am noticing that 100 apples are not there, but my test said it was successful. Why your test passed but didn't save to MongoDB? Your test uses web MVC test and mockbean for the repository. This means Spring Boot does not connect to the real MongoDB. Oh, okay. So that's something, okay, fine. I need to go in on my own time outside of these videos and understand more about like what is a mockbean, and how is it actually mocking the database essentially. The supply repository is mocked, so when you call .save, it doesn't persist anything, it just returns the mocked object. Okay. But we already proved that, yeah, we can add things. So we did that the other way, right? Through curl and through the browser. So, okay, I am going to say that we were able to successfully do it. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. Okay, so what did we prove in the last two videos? That we can do JUnit testing, that we are able to use at least use the Mockito framework. I don't know how it's actually mocking things. That's something that I want to look into in the future. But as I said at the beginning of today, the point or my goal that I set for myself is I want to get this project to a minimum state, like a minimum viable product, by the end of this weekend. And that means I'm not going to be looking too much right now at filling out all of the testing framework. So I kind of got that little puzzle piece, and like, yeah, I proved that functionality, but now I need to go and actually just focus on, okay, well, building it out. So I'm going to take another, think I'm going to leave the video off right here, and then I'll be back in whatever, an hour or so, and then start building things out a little bit more. So I think going forward into the future, what I need to do is, okay, if I have producer resource and I'm able to successfully add items to the database, MongoDB database, I have a consumer resource if I'm able to successfully query and take data from it, and I need to verify that the consumer one works. So that's probably what I'm going to be doing in the next video. Then I need to then go and actually develop the front end, because I have the front end, it's able to communicate, but it's not, I didn't render any EJS files to be able to show to the user. So I need to be able to do that and then hook it up to the appropriate API endpoints on my back end for the producer and consumer resource, because right now the front end only talks to test endpoint, which is on my producer. So I have this producer resource and I have this hello controller, and this is just a test one, right? I'm not actually hitting this supplies and add from my front end, so I need to do that. Okay, so that's kind of the path that I'm going to be going forward in the next video. If that's interesting to you, subscribe. I would love to have you along for the journey. And thank you guys for watching this video. My name is Timothy Legrand, and I will see you guys very soon.